Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Cocktails in Quarantine. Although it's starting to look like quarantine is coming to an end, but I think I'm going to keep making these videos anyway because I'm having a lot of fun with them. Today I'm really excited because finally, after several weeks of promising, I'm going to show you how to make the Sazerac. Why do I love the Sazerac? For one thing, I love New Orleans. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. My wife and I used to go there pretty regularly. It's been entirely too long since we've gone. We've got to plan another trip. What's great about New Orleans? The food, the music, but the cocktails. It's one of the greatest cities on earth for cocktails. Now, a lot of you, the first cocktail that might come to mind is the Hurricane. Forget about the Hurricane. That's something that the tourists drink. You go to Pat O'Brien's, you drink a couple of those, it really messes you up, and then you vomit on Bourbon Street. That is not the New Orleans tradition. The Sazerac is New Orleans tradition. That's hardly the only cocktail that was invented there, but the Sazerac is really classic. It was originally developed in the 1830s by a chemist by the name of Antoine Peychaud, who had his pharmacy right down in the French Quarter. He was not only the inventor of the drink, but the inventor of one of the ingredients, Peychaud's bitters. So I'm going to walk you through the process, make up a Sazerac. This is a powerful drink. It's not for, light drinking after you cut the lawn or something. Enjoy this in the evening. It's really wonderful. Okay, here's what you need. The base liquor for the Sazerac is rye. And it wasn't originally the case. When the drink was first invented in the 1830s, cognac was the main ingredient. But then in the 1860s, the vineyards of southern France started to be ravaged by this insect called the phylloxera aphid. And really by the early 1870s, it had become impossible to get cognac from France. And of course, a lot of the people who lived in New Orleans were French, so that was extremely important to them. So what did they get instead? Well, they turned to something produced locally. They got rye. Now, some will tell you you should use Sazerac rye to make a Sazerac. Unfortunately, I can't get that around here, so I'm going to use my good old reliable bullet. You also need some simple syrup, and then two kinds of bitters. There's the Peychaud's bitters, all invented by old Antoine himself, and then the more common Angostura bitters. And then the secret ingredient, absinthe. Right? It wasn't legal in the United States until fairly recently. It's potent stuff. A little goes a long way, but I'll explain where the absinthe comes in a minute. Okay, we begin with our mixing glass. We don't use a shaker on this because there's no fruit juice, there's no dairy, there's no egg, so no need for it. We are going to begin with a bar spoonful of simple syrup. There we go, perfect. We want two dashes of Angostura bitters. 3 dashes of your Peychaud's bitters. Swish that around a little bit. And now 2 ounces of your rye. We're going to add some ice. And we are going to give it a good stir. Now, we're going to get fancy using the glass. Got to get a chilled glass, and I've got one in the freezer chilling right now. There is the chilled glass. All I did was I had it sitting in the ice tray of my freezer for just a few minutes, not long at all. Here is where the absinthe comes in. You're just going to use a little bit of this. I'm not even going to tell you how much. Even that's probably too much. And what you're going to do is roll it around on the inside of the glass so it coats the surface. And look, see, there's too much. It shouldn't be sitting in the middle. You don't really want to mix it with the rest of the drink, so I'm going to pour it. I'm going to pour it down my throat. Ooh, that's powerful stuff. And then we're gonna take the drink that we mixed, get out your bar strainer, put it on the top, and pour it right in here. One more step. You want to get a lemon peel, all right? Just get out a paring knife, take the peel off. Don't try not to get a whole lot of the pith on it, and then just squeeze the rind over the top. You won't really see anything come off it, right? You're not squeezing the lemon. You're just kind of twisting the rind, because what will happen is the oils will just kind of go onto the surface. And there you go. That is how you make a Sazerac. And here's how you drink a Sazerac. You sip it. You go slow with this. That is a New Orleans classic. Make one. Enjoy it. Have a great night, everyone.